I'm Dr. Orion Taraban, and this is Psychacks, Better Living Through Psychology. And the subject of today's short talk is speak what you want into being. Look, speech is magic. I mean, if you think about it, what are we really doing when we speak? By squeezing certain muscles in our larynx, we can vibrate particles of our exhaled breath such that they vibrate other particles, propagating distributed patterns of energy through the air until such patterns are filtered into someone else's inner ear and cause the little cilia in their cochlea to bend, thereby transmitting electrical impulses to the auditory processing center in their temporal lobes, which will reconstitute those neuronal firings into hallucinated sounds which are recognized as concepts. And in that way, by squeezing my muscles in just the right manner, I can literally put thoughts into your mind. I'm doing it right now. I can conjure things into existence by uttering the correct sequence of sounds. It's an amazing power to be able to speak. In fact, this is the meaning of the magical phrase abracadabra. It's a little cheesy now, but abracadabra originally literally meant I create as I speak. So we see in that phrase the magical element of the spoken word. So this brief talk is about speaking what you want into being. And I'm here to offer two simple tricks for doing just that effectively. The first is to use your language to trap yourself successfully. That is, to trap yourself for your own good. Unfortunately, we're often subject to using our language to sabotage our process. And the most frequent means by which we do this is by offering ourselves easy ways out. So, for example, we might say something like, I'll try to go for a run tomorrow. I mean, what a soft statement. If the threshold of successful action is merely the attempt, then how can we truly fail? That said, you might not end up with anything worth having either. This type of language gives you a lot of opportunity to fail successfully. And it does that by giving you an out. You don't actually have to run, you just have to try to run, you see? Contrast this with a statement like, I will go for a run tomorrow. Well, now you're trapped by your own language. Now you can actually fail. But the possibility of actual failure might functionally increase the likelihood that you engage in the intended behavior, if for no other reason than to avoid failing. When you use phrases like, I will do this, or this will happen, you firm your intention into a commitment, which will make it more likely to occur. And if it's a commitment to a behavior in the service of your success, then why create loopholes that would allow yourself to break the commitment without consequence? It doesn't make sense. The second trick when speaking what you want into being is not speaking what you don't want into being. This means worrying, complaining, gossiping. Someone once said that worrying is like praying for something you don't want to happen. And I think that's true. On a side note, I looked up who this someone was, and apparently it was Robert Downey Jr. Go figure. I don't know if that's an RDJ original or if he got it from somewhere else, but that's what the fact checkers say. So thanks, Robert Downey Jr. It's a good phrase. When you worry or complain, you're giving the undesired outcome time, energy, money, and whatever we feed in this way gets larger. So rather than ruminate on what you don't want or speak on the things that we fear might transpire, use your words to cultivate desired outcomes and bring what you want into being. I hope this helps. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or Spotify, please like, rate, and review this episode. And if you're watching on YouTube, please drop a comment below. Finally, if you'd like to schedule a consultation, you can reach me at psychackspodcast@gmail.com. Thanks for listening.